Folks, we're live. The Grabs Podcast. Back after Cleve, what would you say, like a month? Something like that? Somewhere around
Just
there?
about.
Just about. For a new episode of Cagematch Chronicles, this time covering no disqualification matches. Folks, you see a familiar face on the screen. He is now a part of this show permanently. Holy fuck. His name's Novi. Novi, how you doing?
Doing great. The bus. I was hoping when you first started this show that eventually I would come on for like a special edition. And then I got the invite for this one and I said, hell yeah. And then you DM me not long after and said, hey, do you want to just do it all the time?
Yeah.
I said, well, hell yeah. So this will be a permanent thing. It's very fun. I'm excited for it. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, indeed. Khalid. Bars. How are you, brother?
Good. School, finally done,
Let's
at least
go.
for now.
For
So we're fucking up sleep schedules. Hardcore gaming, hardcore wrestle watching is insane. 2025 on the way. It's good times, good times, good times.
What have you been playing? What have you been playing recently?
I've been playing. So, I was streaming COD like before,
Yeah.
got done with that, got Dark Matter, great stuff.
Nice.
Started playing a bit of zombies. It was cool. I was like, yeah, that's great. But so far, a lot of Game Pass indie stuff has been rotating, just trying to feel this hunger for a certain game that's on the horizon, hopefully, next year. Not gonna say any names,
I wonder
but
what that game is.
yeah.
We'll have to see perhaps in fall of next year. I don't know. I'm speculating.
It's best you don't jinx it.
Ray's here. Hello. Cookie. What the fuck is up, brother? Okay, I guess naturally we can just hop in, I guess. Actually, no, we can't, folks. Business to attend to. The Grabs Podcast will return permanently next month, starting, I don't know when. We'll figure it out. Beginning of the month, though. First week of the month. We have a schedule in place that is one stream per week. First stream of the month will be I pick a match. Khalid picks a match. If we have a guest, they will pick a match. And then I will put a poll on Twitter with options for y'all to pick. And then we will simply go live and watch some professional wrestling. That is literally it. We don't have a name for that show in place. We workshopped. We'll figure it out, though. All the names were kind of weird. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, weird. That's how I describe them too, yeah.
Yeah.
Grab
The
tape.
second stream, second week of the month, will be this show, Cagematch Chronicles, which, by the way, stay for the end of the show because we'll be deciding exactly what topic we'll be covering at the end of the show. So, and then the third or fourth week of the month, depending on when the pay-per-view, that AEW pay-per-view that is that month, will be either a pay-per-view preview show or it'll be Khalid's Puro Time Capsule is what it's called. There we go. Where I've given him full reign. He can cover whatever the fuck he wants to cover. I think the centric topic will be Puro, maybe. Whatever the fuck he wants to cover. So yeah, and then that'll be in like a crash course format where he will go over the history of the promotion. It is promotion based, by the way, for now. And I can reveal this actually. The first couple months, I'd assume, is like 2000s Joshi specifically. So like,
We're so back. We are so back.
And on that show again, he'll go over the promotion, and then add like 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 matches that kind of really show what the promotion was known for and like how it was throughout the history of the promotion. If they're still around, we'll watch modern stuff. You get the point. So that's the schedule. It should be pretty sick. I've managed it to where Khalid can focus on his stream as well because he does solo streams on Twitch. Go. I'll put the link in the description actually after this. Do it. Follow him. And then I can do LNG. And then we also have school. It's a whole fucking thing. So that is what we're focused on now. Buster says, or Ray says, Buster should pick Benny matches only. Well, listen.
I'm gonna throw a few in there,
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a couple of them in there. Don't worry about that, brother. We'll watch some Benny. But
Get to it.
not only Ben, that's a little crazy. Okay, now back to the business at hand, the actual business at hand, which is no disqualification matches.
Hmm.
We will be covering 5 matches today. Before we get into those, I do want to ask, these days no DQ matches are like happening like every few weeks, like a little too often, some would say.
Hmm.
It's lost its muster for me, at least. The meaning for it is kind of gone. I mean, like next week, Mariah May is wrestling Thunder Rosa in a no DQ match with like no build.
It's a
Just
Tijuana
saying.
street fight, actually.
Shut the fuck up. I say all this to ask you the question. What exactly do you guys look for in your no DQ matches? Novi, I'll go to you first.
So you're right. There is a lot of no DQ these days. There is another street fight. Mariah just got out of another street fight with one of her feuds with Anna Jay. So you do kind of get overwhelmed with it. I don't think it's as like beaten down as, say, maybe a ladder match would be, because I think there's still a lot of opportunities to get creative. And that's what I'm looking for. Like, because no DQ matches, there's so many spots that have been done a million times, and I'm fine to see those, like seeing someone go through a table or setting up some chairs and, powerplexing and stuff like that. That's fine by me. But it's just, I want to see you attempt to be different. I want to see you attempt to try something new, because that's the only way to, make it stand out in a sea of them, like you said. So that's what I'm going for nowadays.
All right, Khalid, what do you look for? Matches special in your mind
for no DQ matches? Innovation, really. One of the matches on here that we're going to be covering today has a pretty, probably one of the top innovators, Sabu. And the stuff that he does in matches, you're just like, I didn't even know you could do that with a chair. That's the main thing. All his offense, him and Rob Van Dam, it's all chair oriented. So for someone to be able to do that with like a ladder or just with any other object, that's something I look for. Also look for blood, because why are we not bleeding? What are we doing?
True.
It's no disqualification. Why are we not bleeding? Ref bumps are stupid in no DQ matches as well, but I digress. It hasn't been beaten down for me so much, but I do feel it a little bit. There's just like a couple matches here and there where I'm like, okay, that really did it for me.
Yeah.
But the occasional match is like, man.
It doesn't live up to the expectation, I guess. You mentioned Sabu. He's like a main proprietor of what I look for, which is just like chaos. Like it has to feel to an extent like unplanned. The reason that I find myself kind of zoning out of no DQ matches right now are like all the matches just feel like, I say all of them, most of the matches feel just like set pieces, kind of like
that's true.
There's not the in between stuff. There's like nothing fucking going on. Like there's like
no one's thinking on the spot like Sabu.
Sabu. Well, Sabu's like a different thing, because he like legitimately doesn't plan anything. He just goes, that looks like it would look cool, and then kills himself. You know what I mean? Like, but that's just kind of what he does. Like, so yeah,
it's also kind of a thing too, where I think wrestlers nowadays don't really react to crowds with their like connective pieces. So like you kind of have to give people a chance to breathe, and you have to give them a chance to go to the next one, so it's not just jumbled together. I feel kind of the same about Khalid though. Like, it's not burned on me. There's plenty of like no DQs that I still find very interesting and that I really enjoy. It's just, it's also about the wrestlers involved. I wanted to bring that up too. Like
true.
It's got to be some like Mariah May, for all like some of her faults out there, she's pretty good at the no DQ stuff, because I think she just kind of gets how to react to people a lot of the time. That's like one thing I'll point to as well. Like, the people involved matters a lot. I mean, shocker, but
I mean, putting Abaddon in no DQ match is a little wild, but I digress. Speaking of, hold on. Fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, bro, let's not do that conversation.
One of the more significant no DQ matches ever is Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock at WrestleMania 17. This is I mean, really like a generation-defining matchup, just Stone Cold and The Rock, but also this match specifically. It means a lot in terms of wrestling's history, which I'll get into in a bit. But just from the jump of this match, the magnitude is felt like
Oh,
immediately with the video package, which has been talked like ad nauseum. You know what I mean? But man, it is fucking. And you know what's fucking hilarious about that? I was watching it, and they just reuse multiple they reuse the same Rock and Austin segment like 4 times in that video package. Doesn't matter. The vibes are immaculate. We're there. And that energy is carried like straight into the start of the match, which is like a very heated jump start. And they only really slow down for like a very brief moment or like very brief moments until the finish of the match. And the crowd is like 100% in at all times, which is hilarious because they have their guy. This is Houston, Texas. This is 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Stone Cold Steve Austin's in the ring. They're cheering for him. And that is felt at the end very much so, which again, I'll get into. But the crowd plays they play to the crowd, my bad. The guys in the ring, they play to the crowd like so much. The arm drop submission spot and like those fucking near falls, brother. They are like actively letting the crowd control exactly where the fuck they want to go. I'm sure, like, again, they probably had a lot of this planned, but holy fuck. They are like, I said it, but the fucking arm drop spot is like total, like 85. Like the way the Rock acts it out is like totally 1985, where he's just like in a small ass, dingy ass arena. And that he's supposed to be the face, so he's like fully baby facing it up. And that last part, he like jumps to his. It's so fucking funny, dude. It rules. It fucking rocks. It's almost like playing to the crowd is how wrestling is supposed to work. I don't know. As far as this match is a no DQ match, I think it feels big for reasons other than the fact that it's no DQ. Like the no DQ stip is almost like a cherry on top kind of thing. But also like that adds to the like the gargantuan matchup that is Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock.
Yeah.
And again, like at the peak of WWE's popularity, they probably just wanted an excuse to bleed, if we're being totally honest, because the no DQ step wasn't added until like day of. Yeah. So, which they said on the broadcast, and fucking Jim Ross goes, "What?" But yeah, I mean, fucking more power to him because one, The Rock bleeding. I know he bled. I knew that, but seeing him now as like this crystal clear Hollywood star running the razor 2 times, by the way, he runs the razor in this match because he like the blood kind of like washes away a little bit, and then he like I don't even know what he does. He just like goes off screen for a second and then comes back and it's just fucking gushing again. Peace. But yeah, sick fucking match, and the finish is
that's its own thing. It really is
its own thing because it like I understand what they were going for, and the story behind it is that the finish being Austin turning heel, folks. If you're not aware, sorry, fucking like how long ago was this? 2001, 23 years too late. The story was though that like Vince thought the match needed something. I don't know why. You already added no DQ, dumbass. But Stone Cold then suggested maybe I should turn heel, brother. And they didn't want to do it, but then Austin started thinking about it and was like really into the idea, like really, really into it. So he was like trying his damnedest to let him do it, and Jim Ross was like fucking livid. And Vince said what Jim Ross said, or according to Jim Ross, is what Vince said, is that we owe it to him to try because like he sold all that fucking merch for us, brother. You know what I mean? He made us all this money. He was the reason for this era kind of thing. Which makes it even funnier that like a week later, Austin was in full regret mode. Like he fucking hated it. He didn't want to do it at all. So yeah, I mean, super significant match, and one that, because of Steve's heel turn, like actively led to the downfall of the Attitude Era and the fall off of WWF's popularity that, then went into the ruthless aggression era. And in the Observer, Dave says, like, let me find the quote exactly. He says, this show is the culmination of the wrestling boom. How the fuck he knew at the time that's what this show would be and what this match would end up being is wild. But
Good call, man.
Ray says, think it's too early to tell whether it was a mistake. Give it some time. Well, maybe he's on something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see on Monday on Raw, folks. Yeah, I mean, I love the match. Again, its significance can't be understated. I'm not doing star ratings here, but 4.25, that kind of thing.
I think it's okay though. That's what I was gonna bring it up later. For Cagematch Chronicles, I don't like stars or like out of 10 score would be that crazy. Just busting one out.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, 4.25 is like the actual in-ring stuff is good, not great. However, that's not what this shit's for. That's not what this match is for. Like funnily enough, given the conversation on Twitter today, the theatrics of this match are what it's for. Like that's the entire point of it.
The Theta?
The Theato. So yeah, those are my entire thoughts on this match. Novi.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock at WrestleMania 17?
So I kind of forgot that I had watched this match at one point in my life. That was before I did some of the grin stuff. So I kind of I didn't get all the context in the world. Right. But there is a match that we watched on the grin, which was from WWF Armageddon 2000. And it was the Hell in a Cell match. It was 4 months before this one. And I remember at the end of that match, Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock come face to face. And all of us on the screen, all were shadowboxing and yelling.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
And Ibu was screaming.
Yeah.
And there's a good reason why we were doing that. Because these two, they just give you the feeling. This is wrestling to me. Like this big match in the biggest room they could have possibly done, right?
Yeah.
At the beginning, when you go on the entrance, when Stone Cold makes his, there's a sea of camera flashing, and they're all just everybody busts out their camera to take a picture of Stone Cold.
It's one of the
Steve
best
Austin.
things about the Attitude Era. It's the camera flashes.
It's
so
gorgeous. Sick. It's gorgeous. And you mentioned it, the big fight feel is here, and I'm very high on this match because you can kind of critique a lot of the in-ring stuff, and I think there's an issue with the finish that I'll get to. I think you covered a lot of, to be honest with you. But it's just it just gives you the energy. It's two big stars going at it, and the crowd is totally with them the whole way through. That's what it's all about. And there's one specific thing about the match, as it relates to no DQ, that really pissed me off. So the referee of this match, right? And it pissed me off at a lot of no DQs, but it was really of the 5 that it pissed me off most here. He kept telling both of them to stop and to cut it out.
Yeah.
It makes me really mad because Stone Cold was over there beating ass on the outside, and the ref is like, yo, dude, chill, man. You can't be doing all that. Are you crazy?
That's what annoys me. When a ref gets involved, if a ref is it depends on what the ref is saying, in my mind.
Yeah.
If the ref is dude, come on, man, you can't hurt him like that. Come on, what the heck?
Oh my God. You're correct, because in this one, he goes, yo, knock it off.
Yeah. If you're the ref is actively telling somebody, hey, you cannot do this, well, yes, you can, actually.
Well, I regret to inform you, man, but it actually is a no disqualification match. So you actually can do that. And that's the whole thing.
Yeah, it's the whole thing of the match, is actually.
But yeah, that really made me upset. Of course, the no DQ, the best part about it, though, is they can bleed. And these two run an amazing razor. It's just gorgeous. But when it comes to outside of no DQ stuff, brother, the athleticism between these two. There's been some weird conversations about The Rock being a bad wrestler, Stone Cold being a bad wrestler. Guys, come on. Let's be real for a minute, man.
I think
these two are explosive in the ring.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
think
incredible.
The significance or the greatness of 2000's Rock is starting to become like a much more common thing. People are
Mhm.
actually starting to realize, hey man, he actually like locked in for a bit there and was a work rate guy for some reason, which is like
Yeah.
sick. He wasn't necessarily all the way that here. He's much more of like
But you
kind
see
of what he
glimpses of it. You do.
yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
The way he runs
He's
the ropes and he leaves his feet on like the majority of his clotheslines.
yeah, I
Like
mean, well,
that's the
he
real.
had like a specific mannerism that he would do any chance he got, which was like just the
Mhm.
most violent shaking of whatever limb he was using at the time. So even on clotheslines, he would jump up in the air and like fucking spaz out for a second, and then it
Mhm.
was that's
Yeah.
The Rock. Like anybody else doing that would look like a fucking idiot. Anybody in the world.
But he's
Anyways.
the man, so he gets away with
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
And it's like, so that is all incredible. The blood, the athleticism, the feel of it really got me. Then he gets to the closing, and
Yeah.
I knew what to expect. Obviously, I knew this kind of thing was coming, but I took myself back to when I first watched it. And I like usually this kind of thing makes me mad, like even if I watch it earlier, because the match is like I want to see it play out without that, just for me. And I think most people feel the same. But the way they pull this off, I really, really liked the Vince stuff at the end, to be honest with you. I think they pulled it off so well for this crowd because they were so fucking mad about it.
Were
And
they?
like they were mad and then they were like kind of stunned. And then they were like, well, it's Stone Cold.
Yeah.
And they were kind of mad again. It was really weird and I liked it. I don't know if that's like a hot take, but I thought it was done quite well.
I'm not gonna lie. I think this finish, as far as what happens on the night, on the night with the crowd reaction, is like actively considered to be a failure because when Stone Cold gets the pin, they burst out.
Well,
Excitement. They
it's
are
Stone
high.
Cold, but they are like a little mad that he did that, but they're happy to see him win.
Yeah.
I more
Yeah.
think of it like less because of the Stone Cold stuff, more because of like the way that Rock sells it in the match. Because there's this one camera shot before he starts chasing Vince out of the ring where the blood like pours down his face, it drips down, and he's like, what the hell? What's happening? And he makes that quick 1 second decision to go after him.
Yeah.
That was a wonderful shot. And I liked it. Like, obviously, with context and with the reaction to Stone Cold, it's like, yeah, that at the time it probably would have been kind of bad, but man, it's 23 years later, man. I like watching them make faces and stuff.
There's no real consequences for us.
No consequences for me. I just, it's cool the way he did it. And yeah, I really like this match. Like proper big match wrestling. If this is like in the States specifically, it doesn't really get much better than this to me.
In terms of like the bombastedness, whatever the fuck, however you want to say it. Yeah. This match is like be all end all, I think.
Bombasticity.
There you go. Sure.
I don't think that's a word.
Khalid, how did you feel about the bombasticity of this match, brother?
Yo, like Novi said, I mean, starting out, flash photography, camera, just all out. The angle they caught of Steve Austin who's walking down, the camera's like a little it's like kind of behind his shoulder a little bit. You can see all the crowd.
Oh,
that's that stuff. That's that good stuff. And then also the signs, the crowd signs.
You know what, dude? I'm gonna say this. That is a universal thing in wrestling. You can apply that to any big arena. That camera shot, because you take that mindset and you go to Corkin, you go to Sumo Hall, you go to the Dome specifically, and I mean it's that fucking same feeling of like, wow, dude. That is
like, when you see people flashing their cameras, you just without having to talk to them, how big this is for them. It's like I'm getting the chance to see these guys. I need to snap a picture, so I feel it with them.
Absolutely, it's I mean, really in all like media, the over the shoulder shots, it's just really good. And then of course the crowd signs, all that stuff was good. They get out there immediately. Yeah. They're beating each other up. I'm like, yeah, this is that stuff. This is that stuff right here. They get out on the outside, ring bell, fucking just clocks them, and then the blade job, of course, you know, the blading that was done, it was good, but the way they hit it, the camera follows Steve Austin just all the way off. And by the time it comes back to Rock, he's gushing.
You know what? That's
Wouldn't
like
even suspected.
Why is that a lost art?
I don't know. I don't think they just. I'm pretty sure they just don't tell their cameramen no more. Like, hey, if I get hit with something and I'm about to bleed, don't have the camera on me. Don't even no. Don't do it.
They lost it. I'm gonna give a little bit of a preview. They lost it by 2008. That's all I'll say.
Did they?
They did.
Oh no, I missed it.
They lost that. They lost that art.
That's outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. I was so astonished when he got hit by the bell. I was like, okay, he's about to bleed. And then when I watched the camera just stay in Steve Austin's face and then just follow him as he's walking away from the Rock, I was like, oh my God, like this is beautiful. They get back in the ring. One of the like y'all were talking about like signature, like the Rock has his own like signature, the flicks on his moves, which I mean, like he has the flick on the kick, he has the cock back on the punch, and he like just slings it just like that. Yeah. And he looks at the hand, does it again, like it's
again.
beautiful.
That is another thing that only the Rock can do.
Only the Rock can do. Only the Rock can do. And it's like for the most part, honestly, you'd probably see it more in like the WWE video games. He has like all his moves are called the People's Punch, the People's Kick, the People's Elbow, and you could tell it. You could black it out, like that's the fucking Rock. And another thing that they did in this match was the punches into the rope bounce. Whenever someone punches them and then they bounce off the rope, woo! Bro, that's that good shit. That's that good shit. I love it because you can't go nowhere. You're getting a little dizzy, bounce off the ropes. Here's another one. Yeah, it's so good. It's great. I love that stuff. The sharpshooter that the Rock locks in. I was like, whoa. Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good stuff. And then Novi mentioned it. There was a guy that arrived in this match. I didn't put his name in my notes. I called him Pervy Sensei. I said Pervy Sensei has arrived.
Pervy Sensei is bananas.
I was like, I typed that and then I just blocked it out of my mind. Act like he wasn't in there. And I had it out of my mind until the Rock started chasing him around the ring. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck's going on here? But then they do a full rotation around the ring. They come back. Pervy slides in. The Rock is right behind him. He jumps up. Fucking stone cold bottom. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
You were legitimately taken aback by this heel turn?
No, not by the heel turn, but because for some reason of course I've seen Stone Cold versus The Rock, but I didn't realize which match I was fucking watching. Like I don't know, it's all jumbled in my head.
So it was more of like that's this one.
yes, exactly. That's this one. I was like, oh shit, and then the kick out on that Stone Cold.
Oh brother,
the near falls in this match entirely are unbelievable.
Oh my God, it's
legitimately the last possible second. Like it is no better exemplified than right here, bro.
Yeah.
Insane. If this was my first time watching it and I had like no idea just what was going on, what the fucking rip this shit off my damn chest. Fuck, this is fucking ridiculous. Insane. And then unfortunately the ref spot did happen in this match.
It did happen
in this match. And I actually, speaking of the ref spot, the other thing that the ref did, was the ref Hebner or was it someone else?
Hebner.
I believe it was Hebner. Yeah.
Okay, so not even outside the ring, inside the ring, Stone Cold is doing his mud hole stomping, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're finna get into it. And he pushes him off. I said, what the fuck? I'm watching. I was so taken aback, and then Stone Cold's like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out my way.
Yeah.
Stop his ass again. Man, I was, oh my God. But outside of that, and then the finishing spot, or the like later, the end half of where like Stone Cold keeps going for the pin, Rock's kicking out, and then he gets that chair, and then he just
wallops his ass. Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness, like yeah, that's that. I honestly like that specific finish of just hitting someone, so they're just not getting up. Like,
it's kind of beast, huh?
It's beast.
It's the most like
logic,
simplistic.
you know.
Yeah, exactly. It's the most simplistic,
It's like
effective finish for one of these kinds of matches. I think. Don't do it all the time,
like,
please. Don't ruin
yeah,
it.
yeah. Don't do it all. Obviously, don't do it all the time. But it's like when you have two people like this, and it's just fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. Like the only thing left to do is to keep hitting them until they stay down. Like it doesn't have to be a last man standing match. Just beat the guy up till he doesn't get up, and then boom, we're good. You know, and yeah, it was good. That was a great match. You said 4 what 4.25?
I said 4.25.
4.25? That's fair. That's fair.
4.5.
4.5? Okay. Half a star. I'd say we're all relatively in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
Couple comments here. Mid takes. What's up, brother? Dave, come and hang out. He said somewhere in my dad's stuff, he had a flash camera picture of Sandman coming out from the crowd in ECW. That fucking rocks.
That is godly.
Yeah, that rules. Can you somehow digitize that and post that, please? That'd be kind of sick.
Or you could just take a picture of it and post it. That'd be fine
too.
too.
Yeah, that works too. Ray says 3 minutes for both entrances combined. It used to be better. Fucking tell me about it, dude.
You kind of forget, like, they don't do any, like, it's not necessarily pageantry because it does feel like a huge deal.
Yeah.
But they just walk out ready for a fucking fight. That's
dude. That's no matter the stage. Stone Cold specifically, he comes out every single time.
Yeah.
The same way. Like, no matter where it is. He walks out, same walk, same cadence, raises his arms in the air, and then goes. Like, literally, that's it. Also, speaking of entries, actually, I do want to ask this. What do you guys think of this Stone Cold Steve Austin Disturbed entrance music? Thoughts?
I have a take.
What's the take?
A part of me, deep in my soul, deep in my heart, deep in my loins, thinks it's his best theme.
Okay. Khalid?
That's my take.
I was watching the entrance, and then I heard something that I was not familiar with. I said, "What the fuck is this?" Not terrible or anything like that, but I just personally wouldn't listen to it or even be like, you know.
I have a more nuanced take because I was forced into a nuanced take when I posted about it on Twitter. This instrumental is the best he's ever had.
Yeah.
The guitar tone. Novi, what is going on with your mic? What the fuck is happening?
There's a train.
Good God.
I will mute now.
Okay. His entrance music, the guitar tone of his entrance music is fantastic. And then the bald fucker from Disturbed with the dumbass jewelry on his goatee come out or start singing, and it instantly kills the vibe. It's over. It's over forever.
I hate it.
I don't like it. It makes me very mad.
I didn't feel this way on the entrance, actually. I felt this way when he was celebrating, like the title win.
Fair.
Something about that I really liked.
That's fair. It feels like he's betraying me even more with that dumb fucker singing in the background. It takes I've tried to find the picture for like 2 years. Keep working, brother, please.
You have to try in 2025 too now.
Yeah. All right. Sick. One of the most significant matches ever has been inducted into the Cagematch Chronicles annals. Let's fucking go. Speaking of one of the greatest matches ever, Sabu versus Abyss. TNA Unbreakable. I'm kidding. This is not one of the best matches ever. Listen, okay. So when looking at the options for this show, I personally picked this one because
there was another one that we could have potentially picked.
Well, that's
that we decided against.
Look at the names here. 2005 Abyss, a year before his prime, but like he's still pretty goddamn good. Wrestling the fucked fucker that is Sabu. You know, on paper that seems, rock solid.
Pretty sweet.
As rock solid as an ODQ match can get. But I'd be lying if I said this match isn't a little disappointing.
It's short. It's
short, man. It's pretty short. The thing is, the length of the match isn't even a huge deal to me. It's just like a pretty routine Sabu match in that it's like really unorganized. It's clunky. That's kind of what you're signing up for when you get in like with a Sabu match.
Mhm.
However, it doesn't result in, again, the chaos that I was hoping for outside of like 2 spots. The belly to belly that Sabu gets hit with, where like
Oh,
Abyss
yeah.
is sitting on the middle rope. He kicks away a chair that Sabu set up, and then he grabs him and throws him over the top rope onto a table. That's like an extremely unique spot I haven't seen replicated literally ever.
Mhm.
I don't know why. It's sick as fuck.
Yeah.
And then the finish to the match, which is when Abyss catches Sabu off a springboard and hits him with a black hole slam onto some thumbtacks. Again, I mean,
well, some thumbtacks. I would say many thumbtacks. Quite a bit of thumbtacks.
my bad. Yeah, he landed pretty solid in there. He was bleeding.
There's a
out of
lot
his
of thumbtacks.
And then he had to lay back into them to get pinned, which I imagine is rough.
I imagine that's probably not like fun to do. I don't know.
But outside of those 2 spots, they really just like walk around, kind of like they walk around. They hit each other with a chair. There's a different table bump where, what is it?
The double leg drop.
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah, Sabu.
Sabu takes the chair with the double leg drop, but he kind of misses Abyss the entire way and falls flat on his back.
Yeah,
Is that what you're
it's,
thinking of?
it's kind of a high angle bump. You know, it's kind of cool. It's kind of sick, but you know, it's a pretty routine no DQ match, I guess. In doing research for this match, what I could find on this match, at least, I found something that is, I mean, truly devastating for me and Khalid's Abyss fandom. Are you ready to hear this, Khalid? So apparently, Abyss is like fully capable of doing moonsaults and dives to the outside, but Sabu convinced him to not ever do them. Can you believe that shit? Our glorious king, Abyss, Joseph Park.
Wow.
Pretty mad about that one.
I'm pretty upset about that.
He just says it so nonchalantly in his shoot interview too. He was like, "He doesn't need to do it. Actually, those are moves for guys like me."
I was never doing the what did he even say? He said something specific, like a big man move.
He said a power bomb.
I was never doing a power bomb because it wouldn't look right. Wouldn't look like it's not for me. And it should be noted that this shoot interview, I watched it as well. It's kind of scary to me.
It is a little weird, huh?
The guy is just like off camera, the interviewer, and he's just kind of like telling him things, and Sabu's just kind of like, I told him not to do moonsaults. It was like in a scarier way, and I don't know what he's exactly looking at. It's very freaky. If you find it on YouTube somewhere, it's very scary.
I'm pretty sure it's a high spots interview, so like, pretty readily available is what I'm trying to say. My bad. So yeah, I mean, decent match. If we're doing star ratings, if this is actually what we're doing, 3.5, I guess. Like, cool spots. Not what I expected. Not what I wanted from this match. Before I pass it to Khalid this time, holy fuck. Couple more comments. Ray says, nuclear controversial wrestling take. Stone Cold's Invasion Angle entrance theme is better than his original Stone Cold entrance theme. Which one are you talking about?
Invasion Angle.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Am I dumb?
Is
that the one we were talking about?
I think so.
Well,
Invasion.
fuck me, I guess. Kale is here. Holy fuck.
Kale of NXT.
Kale of NXT. What's up, brother? What does this mean? Number 78. Someone's woken it up. Oh, is this 78 on this list? Yeah. Listen, I saw the names. Okay, and
the other option, Ray, was the very bottom. But
the next option was something that Novi suggested.
We did
Michael Cole versus John Cena.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that shit pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
I was like, oh, it'd be funny to do the worst one, and then the match was like, the worst ever. So
yeah, it's really bad. Michael Cole gets covered in barbecue sauce. It sucks.
Yeah, was it ketchup?
Another comment from Ray. Taker recently said he could do Tofe Connie lows and land on his feet. But Vince talked to him to not woke it up. Many such cases. that rocks. The only time, well, no, I know he did it more than just the first Sean match, but the fact that the last time he ever did it, he almost fucking died, makes that comment even better.
Yeah.
What a worker. We'll get into him later. I have some like pretty layered takes on the guy. Mid-take says, really disappointed Adam Cole versus Jericho wasn't on here. Arguably worse than John Cena versus Michael Cole. IMO. We'll see. Mythics also confirms what I think we were thinking. The Invasion angle, I'm pretty sure, or the Invasion Stone Cold theme, fuck me, was the Disturbed one. I'm pretty sure that. In that case, Ray, that's fucking blasphemy. You're wrong. So, Khalid, what are your thoughts on this Sabu versus Abyss match overall?
So yeah, unfortunately, pretty short. I'm pretty sure most people, if you're like a little cultured, I've seen the Black Hole Slam on Sabu into the thumbtacks. Pretty sure everyone's seen that before. But match itself, I mean, like, what was this on? This was on like just a regular TV.
No, it was on a
pay.
Oh, yeah. It was on a pay-per-view. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it was fine. It was whatever. I'm pretty sure it didn't have any build or anything like that, so I'm not really too offended at it. I don't think.
I think the build was just kind of like Sabu attacked Abyss one time.
There was something that happened with the manager that he came out with that had something to relate to it, because I didn't like do full background, but there's something like that. And then they have a very famous match like a month or two after this.
Yeah, that the barbed wire. It's like a barbed wire death match, or maybe
something
the Monsters
like
Ball
that.
One, something like that.
It's the Monsters Ball. I think so.
Okay.
I figured. Anyways,
but I mean, outside of that, TNA stage, the crowd.
Right.
This is like TNA at this time is like the most alternative feeling shit like ever. Like it's there's you can look at the crowd and you can just see like the demographic, and it's like this is where the real is at. All right. And, Abyss and his manager gets in the ring. Abyss is like dripping in water, I assume. I was like, yo, like he looks fucking soaked. And I looked at the bottom of his shirt, and it was just dripping off his shirt. I said, whoa, holy shit. Manager cuts the promo, whatever. Lights go out, Sabu's just holy shit. I was like, what? Oh,
dude, okay, I'm sorry. I have to interrupt. This Sabu entrance music. I think this is all-timer. I fucking love this.
It's really good.
Bro. I don't think
I specifically thought about that one, and I think Abyss's is also pretty damn good.
Abyss is great. Oh yeah.
Both of these entrances are really fucking good.
Sabu's entrance music, no matter like every single version of it, has been fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah. He even had Mikey Ruckus make him one. It was good.
I mean, well, yeah, we don't have to go there. We don't have to. I think Mikey Ruckus compliments are a little outdated, I think, maybe. But
once in a while.
Oh yeah, that is good.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking sick. It's so beast.
Yeah.
Anyways, my bad. I started interrupting. Go ahead.
You're good. I mean, also going along with the music, Sabu's gear is like it's so simple and I love it so much. The fucking big ass fucking pants, and they're usually like in these bright colors. It's very like Hayabusa like him and they kind of have these big baggy pants, like, bright colored. The only difference is like Hayabusa has like designs on the side of his, and he has a mask obviously, but love these pants and love the way it looks on Sabu, of course. The fucking outside of the spots we already talked about, the belly to belly spot, which is like I was like, whoa, like because he's stuck in the ropes.
Very good.
That was fucking fire. There was also a spot where Sabu he took a chair, he put it down, he like set it up. He jumped on a chair, hopped on the springboard, and then did a DDT off the springboard. That shit was fire. It was fucking. I was
that's like signature Sabu spots right there.
Yeah. The crowd. This was this is for Novi. This is for Novi specific. If Novi wasn't here, I wouldn't even brought this up. The crowd says we want tax. That shit is so fun. I was like, bro, like this is some Novi shit for sure.
You know what's funny about that?
Oh man,
I was on a stream with I think it was me, Novi, Joe, and Alex, I believe. Maybe Caden was there for part of it. It was an NXT stream. And I asked if NXT crowds had like killed the crowd chant. And Alex quickly corrected me. He goes, no, that was TNA. And I think he might be right because one, they just spammed the fucking abyss chant the entire fucking match, which like cool to start, but holy fuck. And then second, yeah, the fucking we want tax chance.
And
good God.
the tax isn't even the only thing they do because they also do tables and they also do chairs.
Yeah.
And they do not shut the fuck up for the entire length of this match. It's short, but there is not almost 0 seconds that you'll find without them yelling.
Sometimes I don't want to chant. Sometimes I just want, oh, you know what I mean?
Sometimes.
Sometimes it's just that shit was very. I literally paused the match and I had to laugh for a moment. I was like, why the fuck? But moving on, the fucking the leg drop through the table with the chair, obviously cool. One thing that I do like, so on that same table that's already been fucking demolished, Abyss takes Abu, sets him up, fucking rack attack. Now he does the rack attack on the table, but like I don't know why, like it feels like it just hit different right there.
He like he does it, but he does it in a way where like Sabu takes most of the impact on the table, which I'm sure like generally is probably just how the move is supposed to be done, so that he's not snapping his back on his shoulder.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's on the table, hell yeah. You know what I mean? Like it looks
Also,
better.
The name of the move. It's not rack attack. It's fucking shock treatment. That thing is so fucking fire. Oh my god. Oh my god. When I heard it said on the commentary, I said, I was like, shock treatment. Are we serious? Shock treatment for a move where it's literally your whole back just getting fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, that's beast. That rocks.
So fucking insane. And then like after that, like Abyss, I think he got the thumbtacks and like he was I'm pretty sure he had the bag in his hand and he just starts throwing these clubs at Sabu. And I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? Just boom. I was like, holy shit. And then of course the Black Hole Slam catches him. Black Hole Slam. Black Hole Slam's like, first off, the name is again amazing.
Fantastic.
And
fantastic.
The move itself, you know. That being a finisher is just...
It's responsible for like some of the coolest clips of all time.
Yes.
It rocks. I love it so much.
So much. What's a Big Bill's finisher? What's his finisher? Has he done his finish at all?
Let me check actually. I have...
There's two I have in mind. I don't know exactly which one it is. That would be the finisher.
His finishing move is... Oh, it's the fucking sit out swinging side slam is what it's called. East River Crossing. So it's basically this. I think if we fucking, I don't fucking.
Whenever his time comes and it's time for him to start finishing matches, whoa!
He could probably do like a killer fucking power bomb too.
He probably can. A jackknife.
Undoubtedly.
A jackknife specifically.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's really strong. I have no doubt he'd be able to do that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like one of those, or I don't know. Either way, I think I said this before. He needs to use, the fucking sit out swinging side slam and call it Bill advised, because I think that rocks. I think that is
that's beast.
I know. I thought about this a year ago. It rocks. Okay.
Yeah, we need to get that to the right people, bro.
I texted Ebu about it. I told him, hey, tell your sources. Please. Didn't happen.
Jeez.
Hasn't happened yet. We'll see what happens.
Wait for the big singles run. It'll come.
Yeah. It better fucking come, dude.
It better.
And then I will. Novi, how do you feel about this match?
I think you guys covered a lot of this match, to be honest with you. It does seem to be the floor of what these two guys can do. Like it's a fun match, but it's probably, their lower end. I did find it very quirky that this is every time it happens. I want to mention it. This is the same arena that I graduated high school in many years later, which is very beast. And it's the same arena I'll be in on the 4th for Collision. So that's also pretty sick. Yeah, we also didn't really mention Sabu is 40 at this point. He's like very close to being 40 years old. And he does like pretty much everything in this match. Like,
yeah,
Abyss does some cool like he obviously takes some nasty hits on the head, which he gets conked a couple times, which is pretty sick. But for him to be that, like, especially in Sabu years, that's pretty fucking old, you know. But
it's different because of who Sabu is and like what he does.
Yeah, exactly. Which is pretty sick. The finish of this is just unbelievable. It reminded me a lot of my like immediate reaction to the Randy Foley tack bump.
Yeah.
It was very similar in a lot of ways. So yeah, I enjoyed this match. I know some people like I like to read the like cage match reviews of all these matches just to kind of see what other people are thinking about it. There were some people calling this messy. I never really got that. Like it's
messy, but that's not.
But that seems to be more of a benefit. It's a plus.
Yeah,
to me.
It's not a what's the word I'm looking for?
Detractor.
Yeah, it doesn't detract from the match.
Yeah,
messy match and Sabu go together perfectly. That is
very
what
well.
Sabu is.
Yeah,
he's like the proprietor of the take that there's no such thing as botching. I tried something, and it didn't work out for me. Like that's what wrestling is to Sabu. It's like the antithesis of working out what your match is going to be 15 fucking times before the match starts. You know?
Yeah, and I don't subscribe to there's no botches, but like if things don't I like when things don't look perfect, and Sabu does a lot of that, which I think is really sick. I'm sitting like probably 3.25 on this. It's a fun time. I would probably it's not a match I would ever think to maybe let me throw this on because I'm here to have a good time watching no DQ. But it is one of those, like, if it comes on, I'll be like, these are two sick wrestlers. It's a pretty cool match. Why not?
Yeah.
It's a good time.
It's a good match. I think they probably could have gotten more out of it, but it seems like later on they actually did. They did like 2 more matches following this, so
yeah,
I'm sure they probably held back here to like save some stuff for those matches if they knew that this was the plan. But yeah, so that's that. Next up is this Bryan Danielson versus Claudio Castagnoli from Southern Hostility in, I believe this is Kentucky, which is important because I'll talk about it in a bit.
There's one moment where it's very important.
Yeah.
This is Kentucky.
This is like a pretty like old school no DQ match.
Mm-hmm.
The only usage of weapons here comes in the form of like a belt, the ring bell, and then 2 chairs. That's it. That's the entire usage here. And
it was in Tennessee, Nashville.
Oh, my bad. What the fuck? Claudio's in control here for much of the beginning of this match, which like sets up Dragon to be in the spot that I like him in most, which is the underdog position. That's just personally for me where much of his like greatness comes from. Very early on, within like the first 5 or 6 minutes, Bryan gets a hell of a blade job going. Doesn't stop the entire fucking match.
No, it does not.
Is fantastic. A bloodied up Bryan Danielson throwing slaps and like fucking uppercuts is one of the coolest visuals in all of wrestling, especially at this time. I found it interesting how much of a fully put together wrestler he is at this time. This is less than a year before he got signed by the World Wrestling Federation. So this is like, in terms of what he is in the indies, this is what he becomes. This is him completely. And it shows because he's like working to the crowd fucking perfectly. This crowd, like he knows exactly how to get this crowd worked up. Like this ROH fucking message board forum losers. He knows exactly what they like. And like he's got his comeback in order. He knows exactly how he's supposed to look when he's firing up. He's doing all of it. And like Claudio isn't far behind. Really, he's delivering like a really solid here performance that the crowd is responding to very passionately, including one guy calling Claudio just a straight up F slur, loud and proud.
Yeah.
Fucking popped me tremendously. I was so happy. It was so sick. Whoever that guy is, hope you're doing all right. Hope you're doing all right.
Here for the Grabs podcast. Hope you're doing good, man.
Hope you're doing good.
Come to a wrestling show soon.
Yeah, please. Let's hang out. Actually, no. I think this match does like a really, really good job of not turning itself into like what I was talking about earlier, the over the top, super reliant on props, set piece type of no DQ match that was pretty popular even in like back then, including in ROH. I mean, like they were doing like, I mean, not Cage, is it called the Cage of Death? No, that's CZW. What was ROH's big cage match called? With like all the it was ROH versus CZW. Is that Cage of Death? We'll figure it out.
Hang on.
It's very bare bones, but it doesn't lose the edge that's required for one of these matches to be special in my mind.
Cage of Death, yeah, happened 2
Cage
years
of Death.
prior in 2006.
Yeah. I think the blood is like the main reason for this match not losing the edge because again, Brian fucking gushes the entire time. And like so much so that Claudio hits a fantastic European uppercut in this match, like a popping European uppercut.
It's beautiful.
Clocks Brian.
He throws them really high.
Really hot. And after that, from that point on, he's just got a blood stain all down his side, all down the right side of his like body and his chest is just blood, even like on his face. It's crazy. And the grittiness carries itself into the finish when Brian wraps a belt around Claudio's throat and puts him into a triangle choke. And he doesn't let go until like well after the bell. And the crowd, for some reason, responds with like really violent USA chants. And Brian sets up and goes. He like fully leans into it. It's kind of wild. I don't know why the fuck they did that. I get that Claudio's like a
Tennessee.
True, my bad. But yeah, this match rocked. I think this match is like really, really fucking good. Not super talked about, to be honest. Like,
not at all, I would say.
I've never heard anybody say that their favorite Ring of Honor match is Bryan Danielson versus Claudio. They had multiple, I'm pretty sure. I'm not pretty sure. I know they had one before this. Our friend Bosch Blade Job is here. Gabriel, what the fuck is that, brother? He said, "Yep, Cage of Death," and then he said, "That's my American Dragon." Let's go! Hell yeah! Yeah, again, this match is fucking very, very good. Is it the best of their matches? Do you think?
Yes,
I think it might be. I haven't seen the one at Northern. What is it?
Navigation.
Northern Navigation. Thank you. I haven't seen that one, so I might have to watch that one. I know Claudio wins that one via stomping a chair into Brian's head. Beast. But
spoiler alert.
They say it on commentary in this match. Again, sick match. I go 4.5 if star ratings is what we're doing here now. Novi. Thoughts?
Oh boy. So when people ask me, or when I see, posts on Twitter, say, what's your favorite era of wrestling? And I like a lot of different eras. I think there's quirks in everything. ROH in the mid 2000s is very much for me because it's all the guys that I grew up on. It's all the guys wrestling each other and they're having really great matches. And this one is fucking incredible. This is my favorite match of all the 5 we covered somehow. Like I didn't necessarily expect, like I kind of did because it's Dragon and I love the Dragon. But this is just so wonderful. Like these two guys, they have been longtime rivals and longtime friends throughout their entire careers pretty much, which is very it's very fun to find those rivalries. Like here, the Dub, the Fed, they're everywhere. They've been wrestling each other all the time. I think it's really, really cool. Like he wrestled him this year. And, that's I always find that stuff kind of quirky. Dragon's Blade Job. I'm throwing hands, bro.
It's fantastic.
It's wonderful. I did mention it earlier, though, the era of kind of like covering for blade jobs. I don't think ROH has never really been known for covering blade jobs very well. But in this match in particular, they linger on Danielson as he crawls under the ring. And then
Yeah.
Danielson does take a while to cut himself, or they take a while to at least cut back to him. And so like Claudio is just kind of taunting, which is good. He's good at playing to the crowd in this match. But he does have to buy a lot of time, and it was very noticeable. And I didn't love that aspect of it, but it was like the blade job kind of made me forgot about it. Like when I see blood pouring all the way down to his knees, damn near, it's like, yeah, man, that's sick.
Neuron activation.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You mentioned it before, like your favorite Danielson is when he's fighting from underneath and stuff like that. I'm going to draw a comparison. I want to hear kind of what you guys think about it. Danielson's like fighting from underneath in this match reminded me a lot of the Swerve stuff. Like it is like the Swerve match at All In. Not like it is the same guy, and it's like he's been doing a lot of that for a long time. But it was very similar where people just like wanted to see this guy win no matter when he was doing it. And I love that.
It's similar in the fact that it's not like a Morishima or, forgive me, Brock Lesnar, where it's like this immovable like object or a fucking just a wall that he has to climb. It's just a guy that's really on his fucking game that day.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's Claudio's MO really for the entirety of his career. But I agree. I see what you mean with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I obviously love Danielson's comeback. I think it's just tremendous. The crowd is USA chanting, and they just want to see him win. I think also that Claudio deserves like a lot of credit for his heel work in this match. I think it's really quite good. He does relish in the opportunity to like really piss off this crowd, or not even piss off, but just to be snarky. Like at one point, he can't take off the top turnbuckle, and so the crowd is like jaw jacking him, like giving him shit. Like, you can't do it, loser. And that's the part where they call him the slur, I'm pretty sure. But he sells it very like in a very funny way where he's like, come on, like I'm just, screw you guys.
Yeah.
Which I think is very sick. The closing stretch. Oh man. Danielson's comeback is something else. And Claudio bumps his ass off for him. Him wrapping his neck with, and the closing, like with the buckle, is really like intense. Like it looks like it, like he's actually dying in there. And so the fact that he kind of hangs on for about an extra 20 seconds is fucking sick.
Yeah, it's
like what a way. I feel like that's like he definitely like called it a little bit, and he was like, "This crowd is gonna fucking love it if I just really get on this Swiss guy. Let's fucking get him, USA baby. Let's go all the way." It's just wonderful. The offense is very stiff. Of course it is.
Yeah.
But in the closing stretch, there's some really stiff kicks to the head. Like Danielson is doing his signature kicks, but he's really knocking them loose. And I love that. So this match is like entirely for me. I really, really loved it. I'd probably go like 4 3/4, to be honest with you. It's just like in a no DQ setting, they don't overdo it with like big table spots and all this stuff. They're just, and they don't even rely on a lot of that stuff. Like at one point, he's
even a little bit.
He's choking him out with like his shirt or his scarf at one point.
Yeah, his shirt.
It's like, that's cool. The finish is on a belt. Like, yeah, that's awesome. Like, you don't even have to do some like table bump or nothing like that. No, it's not. No, it's not. Don't know what you're talking about.
Alyssa says, "Is that a fucking Logic poster?"
It is. I do like Logic. Yeah, man. But I like Bryan Danielson more. So 4 3/4, bro.
Let's go. Before I get to Khalid, Gabriel says, "Just got confirmed by Dave that Bandito got concussed."
Yeah. Fuck! I put it. I said post to group chat. I said I will kill myself.
It was pretty apparent, man. He clocked his head so damn hard on that springboard drop kick, and immediately you could see it. Like he was stumbling around. It was bad.
I feel so bad for him, bro. Damn.
Don't know why they bring him back there, but whatever. Moving on.
Another conversation, another day.
Yeah, we'll get to that maybe. Khalid, thoughts?
Hey, man, look. Before the match even started, right? Typed in my notes. I said, "Hey, ROH," because I already knew what I was getting right here. Because this era of Claudio, it's like super fucking hilarious. It's very fucking funny because he's in like this. He's in like this like model phase, I guess, of like
Yeah.
this character. It is so fucking funny to me. It's so fucking funny to me because it's like it's this bald Swiss dude, and he has leopard print accents on his damn tights now, and he
Bro,
comes out with
beast.
fucking
It's
scarf.
beast.
So, and
He
then,
does like the pose too, where he's like,
yeah. He does the pose and stuff. Like it's so fucking funny. And then also the crowd, like the crowd's not even booing him. Every time he looks at his side, hey, that shit
Yeah.
cracking me up. Like it was so funny. And then like it seemed like he liked it, but it like he was supposed to like act like he was bothered. But like
yeah.
low-key, he fucking fucked with it. Like that shit is so fucking funny. But yeah, fucking Tennessee. They're in a Vanderbilt University gym. I was like, what?
Dude, I was gonna ask, how do y'all feel about this arena that they're in?
You can see too many of the seats at the top. I didn't love that part, but I kind of liked everything else. Other than that, you know.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of fucking hate it. I don't like it like at all.
Really?
I think it's like shit.
Yeah, I mean, like it's like a gym, like a gym. Not even
Yeah,
like
it's like
Yeah.
it's like a
like anything like
it's like
that.
half of a fucking college basketball arena. You know, it's like it's too big for ROH at the time. Looks horrible. Anyway, sorry, Khalid.
But fucking yeah, they're in this fucking like that to me was because like I used to grow up on ACC, so I was like, yo, Vanderbilt, holy shit. But yeah, we got color like pretty early on. I was like, wow, we're getting some blood out here, yeah. And then also put the A again because during that time where Brian was blading and then Claudio was going around the ring, the same shit was happening in his entrance where everyone's just hey, and then there was the one guy that said the word. Whoa, you know, like oh, what's going on there? Like wow. But the you know the main thing that popped me is when they got the belt, when Claudio got the belt. That shit was so funny. He puts Paul Turner in the corner, just gets to grab it at his fucking waist and yo.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna take his fucking pants off. He grabbed the belt. I put it. I said, Paul Turner, take your damn pants off. that shit has me fucking cracking up. But then he gets the belt. Guy on the commentary says the belt is also legal. Thank you for the fun.
Thanks, pal.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, man.
Gets the belt out. They get the or also said Claudio throughout this match, obviously controlling, you know, like crazy. You know, typical Claudio stuff. I was thinking about it as I was watching. It's like, has Claudio ever been like in an underdog position? I was like, I don't think so. I mean,
he's too tall and too jacked.
I mean, the only time I can remember, and this is like a moment, is Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Whenever he wins it against Show, he has to throw a Big Show over the top rope. That's the only time I can remember.
So it was like for like all his career, he's just been this fucking force, and it's not like he's like huge, like he's not like a hoss.
Yeah,
he's just fucking strong as shit.
Yeah.
And then Danielson, y'all covered it pretty well, you know, about, you know, one of the best underdogs, you know. Also, I'd like to say, because this is right before he goes to WWE, I would like to say that the world in general is they're pretty unlucky, but at the same time, like if you were a fan of WWE, you were lucky, because if he would have went to New Japan.
That's crazy. I was thinking the exact same thing watching this match.
This Danielson in New Japan, bro. He would have been in there with like, I mean, given he probably wouldn't have been in their position, but he would have been in there like Tana was like on the very edge of like his prime. He was getting there. He's like a little further up, but he's like 3 or 4 years out from his prime, like the start of his prime that lasts like 7 years. So like it would have been bananas. The fact that we never got that match.
And like so sad. I mean, oh my god, like Kojima at that time was fucking
cracked out yeah.
Nagata at that time was cracked out of his mind. Like and then also like since they were doing Noah shows, come on now. Would have got Kenta, would have got Marufuji, like would have got Shiozaki at that time.
To be fair, got Kenta in Noah.
I think we did.
Was it in Noah?
Yeah, they've had 2 matches. That match happened in Noah.
Oh, okay.
But
I only know the one in the States. I only watched.
No one is good from what I remember. I think I've only seen clips, to be totally honest with you.
But yeah, like he was. I find it funny especially when they were picking up these like indie guys around that time. They were picking up Brian. They were picking up Claudio, and they were like, "Oh, this young guy, rookie from the indie scene, looking to make a name for himself. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world already. Without y'all, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Y'all, the Miz is his coach."
That beginning portion of Brian's fucking Fed run is like extremely frustrating to watch.
So fucking disgusted to watch. To see that.
Yeah, it's
just
it's pretty rough.
They did that with so many guys too. It's just like you think back to all the people they did it with. It's like, man, come on.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Just so
quick note. Gabriel says, just rewatch the Noah Dragon and Kenta match and happy to see it rocks. Good.
I'm adding it to the list.
Yeah, I've seen clips. I haven't seen the full thing.
There was I ain't gonna talk about it right now. It was something crazy that I saw when I was looking at Claudio shit. But
no, I mean, say it.
Oh, okay. So there was a show, 2000. I want to say it was also 2008-ish, around that time. It was a show where it was Noah and it was WXW, the German promotion.
Yep.
And they had an entire show where it's just stuff like that on the card. And bro, there was Kenta versus Claudio, which was like, what the fuck?
Oh,
and then
I've never seen that.
Earlier in the card, this was Segura versus Chris Hero. Oh, fuck? I was like, oh,
wait, Heroes. Oh, baby.
Like, oh, that is fucking insane. And then the fucking main event was Go Shiozaki and Kobashi versus Walter and someone named Bad Bones. I don't know.
Yeah,
Bad Bones.
That's the clip that gets thrown around a lot of Walter and Kobashi in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That show was fucking. That's fucking crazy. That's
pretty sick fucking show, dude.
Pretty insane fucking show. But yeah, this speaking on Danielson and Claudio, great match. I give it 4.5. ROH forever. Yeah.
Damn straight.
Honor lives on. Ray says Brian and Jericho had a great match in 2010 NXT. They did. They actually did. The crowd is like kind of dead, which sucks, but it's a pretty good match. I like it. Speaking of pretty good matches, second time I use that transition. Jeff Jarrett versus Kurt Angle at TNA Genesis 2009. So the story going into this match is that Jeff Jarrett, the founder of TNA, at this point was supposed to go into a backstage role, and he hired Kurt Angle to be his replacement. That's a shoot. He actually did do that. Now Kurt Angle comes in and turns heel and joins the Main Event Mafia. So Jeff is here to clean up the mess that he made by hiring Kurt. Eventually, an added layer gets added to the feud because Jarrett starts seeing Karen Jarrett, which is Angle's ex-wife. And so eventually, the feud goes on for way too long. But for now, again, this is about 6 months before that news broke. So for now, we're in full like kayfabe about fucked up by hiring this guy mode. You know what? Now that I've got the groundwork out of the way, Khalid, you first, brother. Let's go.
Yeah, I want to make a mental note real quick for the audience. I completely lied about the Abyss and Sabu happening in Charlotte. It's this one. That was hopefully people that are watching then have stayed watching and can see this correction, so I don't sound as much of a dumbass around that time.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
So I didn't even have that whole context right there that you just put out right there. With that context, wow, wow. Because I mean, like I know like that stuff happened with Karen, Jeff, and Kurt. I know that stuff happened, but I didn't know when it happened. Till it happening like this time. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But this match, same thing with like Steve Austin, Rock, and like so many other like rivalries where so many matches, so many combinations of the matches happen. Jeff Jarrett and Angle has happened so many times in my mind because you have the singles matches, you have the tag matches, you have the multi-mans, and there's also the cage matches that happened like a couple years after, I think.
I think it was like the year after.
Yeah, so I was like, which match is this? I didn't realize what match this was until I seen that Jeff Jarrett died. I was like, Oh
Oh,
my God.
he almost killed
Oh,
himself.
Yeah,
almost
dude.
fucking died. He almost lost Jeff Jarrett at Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. Holy
You know
shit.
what's so funny, dude? Whenever I saw the dive, before I watched this, I was like, "Damn, it sucks for not covering Taker and Michaels from 2000 or from Mania 25 because we could have seen Taker almost die on the dive." Don't worry, brother. Jeff Jarrett has got us.
We will have someone on this show that will almost kill themselves.
Yeah, that will catch their feet on the ropes
Fucking insane.
and borderline headbutt concrete.
He had no business doing something like, but at the same time, like that dive, it also made me realize something is that like this match is I want to say it's a first time look at Jeff Jarrett going into a style that isn't Memphis, that isn't like his usual Memphis stuff.
I think you can say that for the first half of the match.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
And like it was, I haven't seen too much like NWA Jeff Jarrett. I've seen WCW Jeff Jarrett, and you know, but
slap nuts, bro.
I'd be like, it's maybe there's something out there, maybe, but
probably some hidden gems, I'm sure.
Yeah, surely. But this
someone
right
else
now,
will find them.
I was a little surprised. It's like, all right, like this is nice. Double juice, double on the blade. I was like, yeah, the more color. This is what I like to see. That angle slam off the stage,
brother.
That one is disgusting.
It's one of the most unfortunate bumps I've ever seen in my life.
I wrote down in my notes that it's the worst bump that got taken in all these matches. It is like it's
without a doubt,
awful.
I was like, which angle slam off the stage is this going to be? Because I've seen like probably most of them, right? As they're going down, I was like, this is the one where Jarrett misses the table, isn't it? Boom! I said, oh my goodness. Oh, that is such a like. I mean, like, a part of me is like, damn, that's fucked. At the same time, I'm finna take this jacket off because like that was kind of crazy. Shout out to fucked up stage bumps.
For real.
Kobashi, Masawa, it lives on. But holy shit. Whenever they got back into the ring, that fucking angle kicking out of the stroke. Huge. I don't think anyone had kicked, or I mean, I'm pretty sure people had kicked out at a stroke at that point, but it couldn't have been that many people. It couldn't have been a lot of people who kicked out of stroke.
No, I mean, definitely not in early TNA. This is probably mid.
Oh yeah, absolutely. In TNA, absolutely not. Nobody kicked out that shit. But yeah, I mean, like this was raw, bloody.
Yeah,
love TNA. Jeff Jarrett, so much Jeff Jarrett like disrespect. Every time he pops up on AEW, people get to, they get to be saying some bullshit. I'm like, hold on.
I think people experience like a weird level of fatigue with Jeff Jarrett that they don't experience with literally any other wrestler, or at least not very many other wrestlers. Yeah, I don't get why, because like, bro, he rocks.
He's quite good, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty sick.
He comes in, big bright red guitar. Sucking smash him over the fucking head.
It was. I think it was probably the tag run that made everybody like not like
fuck
it.
Him.
I don't. I don't. Fuck them. Yeah, I don't agree, but I think that's probably why a lot of the single stuff from this year kind of got shit on a little bit.
Were you there? Guys, I'm gonna say this. Do not tell anybody. Okay? Don't. I'm dead fucking serious.
Okay.
The plan was for Mox to work with Jeff Jarrett at some point. Are you kidding me? I don't know if that's still happening. It could happen in January. That's okay.
During this reign right here?
Yes.
Oh.
Don't tweet about it. But it was talked about.
The Grabs podcast is gonna get aggravated, bro. It's over.
No! But like, dude. Holy fuck. If that happens and Jeff Jarrett bleeds, I'll lose my mind.
Bro, he had
And
a
hopefully my point with that, hopefully if that happens, people start to recognize how the
Yeah,
greatness of Jeff Jarrett.
I thought people would recognize it because I was there for the Danielson match, but I
It was a fucking
watched
awesome
it.
match.
That match fucking rocks. I
Yeah.
thought people were gonna get with it at that point.
Yeah.
People are haters, man. They're fucking haters. And
Weird.
like it is weird. I understand like some people haven't even seen TNA. The only way they've seen Jeff Jarrett is WWE whenever he does whenever he would do his little comebacks. Yeah. That's fucked up, by the way, because why the fuck like oh, man. Seeing him do what he can do right now and then knowing that WWE had him doing that, are you serious? Like you didn't have him do like one little bloody little match, could have been had Danielson. A lot. But yeah, man, Jeff Jarrett, man, Kurt Angle, obviously, like we don't even need to even really.
I go into it a little bit, but we'll get to that.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll start just from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
This match is like the perfect way to format a no DQ match in my mind. It's a very strong mix of traditional styles of like territory no DQ matches and the over the top crazy ass spots. Like there's a couple spots that are like towards the beginning of the match, but then like after the Angle slam off the stage, Jarrett like crawls back to the ring, literally crawls back to the ring. And from that point on, it's like a straight up like Jarrett is the territory babyface trying to stop the invader heel coming in. Like that's the entire thing.
Yeah.
Like he's working from behind the entire time, but he gets his moments of, he gets his shine, and it's like it's fucking awesome. He's like stellar in this match. He takes a beating, like I said, including a truly unfortunate bump off the stage. He just completely misses the table. And at all times, he's selling something, whether it's his back or his leg after like a really long ankle lock. He is on one in terms of just like the psychology going on. And the blade job.
The leg selling is really good.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. It's very, very good. And the blade job that he gets is, first of all, the bell shot is brutal.
Yeah, the bell shot.
The bell shot's brutal. And yeah, I mean, he gets a gusher going, and it's like the blood dries by the end of the match, but his face is still just fucking caked in the blood. That it's very, very good.
He's now turned a different color of
face. And of
But-
course, I mean, the classic look with like the really, the bright blonde hair covering all the blood.
Oh yeah,
That's
Beautiful.
that's pro wrestling, brother.
it's so good too. It kind of makes me think that Angle takes kind of a pussy job, like a pussy blade job. And then
I kind of like it because like he blades off a DDT off the ramp, which like logically would probably make someone bleed less than the fucking belt or than the bell.
That is true. That is true.
I don't know if they went that far. It goes without saying.
I don't think Angle was thinking like that, bro.
It goes without saying. Angle is in a pretty unfortunate spot in his life at this time. However, it just so happens that the best work of his career came when he was on another fucking planet. So like, sorry. This goes for both guys. Every fucking punch and kick that they threw is just a different level. It's different, brother. I say it here. He's on one, comma, quite literally. Sorry. He is.
Is that necessary, bro?
My bad. Legitimately, at times, like especially when he's like stalking for the fucking Angle slam, he looks like a lion, fucking hunting his prey.
He looks like a
He's
fucking
like,
killer.
just fucking waiting. It's so sick. The finishing stretch, with like Jeff in the ankle lock, and he's writhing, rubbing the blood all over his face. He's like fucking going crazy, and he tries to roll up Angle out of the ankle lock, and then Angle rolls him up. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit lackluster. It's a little bit. It just like comes out of the blue, like really just out of the fucking nowhere. It caught by surprise in kind of a bad way, if I'm being honest. But everything that comes before that is just so great that it's kind of like whatever at this point. Very, very good match. Commentary for this match is lovely. I love Mike Tenay and Don West so much. One of the most underrated commentary duos ever.
Yeah.
Don West is screaming his brains out for like 80% of the match. He is losing it. There's blood everywhere, Don. He's going at, or Mike, whatever. He's losing his shit. I love him so much. Rest in peace, Don. Or fuck, yeah, Don West. My bad. Rest in peace, brother. Yeah, very good match. I adore this match. I think, I'm not gonna lie, probably my favorite match that we covered, even with the fucked up finish. Not fucked up, lackluster finish. Very, very good. Novi, before I pass it to you, a couple comments. Gabriel says, watch some of Jeff's CWA work from his rookie year. He didn't win Rookie of the Year for no reason. It's insane. I will look into it. Hell yeah. Cookie says, those 2 Acclaim matches rocked. I assume he's talking about the Jarrett ones.
Yes.
Mm, yeah,
I liked them. I liked the first one a lot. The second one, meh.
Didn't the second one get all like interruption heavy, like people rolling into the ring? And
Yeah.
I think there was a ref bump or 2.
Yeah. It was a little much.
Yeah.
But I like the first one a lot, I will say.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
Ray says, I lived through this Double J. He was comfortably the most hated wrestler at the time, much more so than Cena. Yeah, I think a lot of the fatigue comes from TNA when he was just like all over the fucking place, all over the camera, like all over. He was just everywhere, all over the screen, which I think kind of fueled him wanting to be more behind the scenes in the first place, and why I'm sure he hired Angle for other reasons, but a benefit of hiring Angle was that he could do that. Somebody else could like carry the, the torch or whatever the fuck. Yeah, banner's probably better. True. Don't. All right, Novi, how did you feel about this match?
So the first thing I want to mention, because at the beginning of this match, luckily they don't cut out like all the pre-match stuff like some of the WWE videos do, which is quite nice. And they just upload the full pay-per-views, actually, is what I should say. They announced this as the first of 3 main event matches. And I watched this match on Wednesday when I made a tweet about AEW doing that. And so it was very timely and very funny to me. But yeah, this match was a lot of fun. I knew it'd be your favorite. Like I knew it'd kind of suit your taste. This one the first time I watched it. For the big takeaway from this match for me, and Khalid mentioned it a lot, Jarrett is like, he's very like, fans are weird about him, and he's never been necessarily like a moves guy. But this is like the epitome of what makes him great. Like he's really good at telling like a story and layering it throughout the ring or the match. And he's really good at like the selling of the leg. I kind of popped over it earlier. It's just tremendous. The blood and the way he kind of reacts to that and the bell shot is all really, really good. So this is the match I'd point to if anyone's like, I don't think very highly of Jarrett. He wasn't very good or whatever. You should watch this match because this is when he's at his best. And it's so good that sometimes he does overshadow Angle for me in this. But, Kurt's Kurt, bro. He's going to be pretty sick no matter what.
I think from like a psychological perspective, it's like Jarrett's the highlight literally at all times.
Yeah.
But Kurt is just so fucking, he's like animalistic.
He is like, you mentioned it, like when he's stalking him for the angle lock.
Yeah.
Like
the angle lock and the angle slam.
Yeah. He genuinely is so shifty. It freaks me out because it's a great camera shot. And it's just, I think it's over the back of Jarrett and you can see him like, whoa, I'm going to get him. It's like he's going to pounce on him like prey.
Yeah. He's a lion, bro.
Yeah, he's a lion, and he does pounce on him, and it looks really good because of it, because Jarrett's covered in blood. This match is pretty sick. The bumps we mentioned a couple times, where he nearly dies, and then nearly dies again, but in like kind of a different way. Is just very sick. The one problem that made this match, like, I really hated the finish. Like, it was just so out of nowhere, and I didn't love like the reversal of it. It threw me off, and the match was going so well before it, and I loved how brutal it was the whole way. And for it to, finish on a roll up, like I get you have to do that sometimes. And I'm sure there were some other reasons why they had to do that here. But I would just rather just a clean one here. Like 2 guys got beaten down, one of them can lay on their back.
Yeah, I think, again, I mentioned that this is very much like the territory babyface trying to stop the Invader heel. Given there is a beatdown after the match, so it's like
that's true.
A little more like what's the word?
You can get away with it.
You can get away with it, but also it's like a little more like absolute that Angle beat him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but I guess also the kind of thing they're going for is that Angle's a coward. Like I don't know. I think they could have gone about it a better way. I agree with you.
If you're trying to set him up as a coward, I feel like a roll up doesn't scream coward to me. That just seems like, oh, he's getting a pin. I guess it can, but it wasn't done well here to sell it that for me.
Yeah, it wasn't built up to enough.
It wasn't built up to. Yeah, it just kind of happened.
Roll up. I think just fundamentally, I don't like the finish.
Yeah,
I can justify it, but I
dissecting
don't like
the art of a roll up finish.
Yeah,
it's like some matches I get it works just fine. Here, it just doesn't for me, and that's kind of like it brings it down a little bit. But just the craziness of the match kind of keeps it up. Like, these are 2 great wrestlers, and for all the criticism Jarrett gets, like he still can do shit like this to me. Like this, he's been having this kind of match for years and years and years, and it's worked pretty well throughout his career because he is just good at doing like non-move stuff. He's good at connecting things. He's good at telling a story in the ring. He's good at that stuff.
I mean,
so,
he's been around since my God, dude. The 80s. He's had some years to like really become good at this kind of thing.
He studied a lot of eras, so I quite enjoyed the match. I went 4 1/4 on it. So
yeah, that's probably where I'm at. 4.5, probably, to be honest. Very, very good. Now, last match of the evening here, folks. Let me hit post on my tweet. There you go.
Wait, one thing that should be said though, Brainbuster. So there's this really cool feature on YouTube. And if people are enjoying the thing they're watching, if they like it, they can actually press a button that tells us that they like it.
So, like, okay, I agree with you. Help me out here. What does Bob usually say? Whisper it in my ear.
So the big thing that I usually hear just from, Coach Bob, he usually tells me to smash it.
Hey, guys, smash that like button, okay?
There you go. But
smash the like button.
Here's the thing. Odd number of times.
An odd number of times. So, like, let's say I say like the button now, okay? And you like it. And let's say like 30 minutes, I say to like the video again. Don't. Because then if you click it again, it unlikes the video. But if you happen to not listen to me and you like it that second time, the third time I say it, like it, because then you like it again. So an odd number is what we're looking for.
Just keep that in mind, guys. If you're planning on liking the video at some point.
Bit in the history of
it's really good.
When Bob said an odd number is what we're looking for here, folks, I lost my shit.
This is why he's paid the big bucks, bro. No one's doing it like Bob.
Not how Bob O'Neill. All right. Anyways, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker. Mania 26. This is our last match of the night here, folks.
Last night ever.
Yeah. Off rip. Why is this match no DQ? Is what I have written down. When I went to review the match, I was trying to think, what could they possibly have used the no DQ stip for? Like, what justified it? And the only thing that comes to mind is the moonsault. That's literally it. The moonsault that Shawn Michaels does from ring to ringside table. Which, I mean, sick spot, dude. Fucking awesome. But
gorgeous.
Doesn't really justify. Just do the spot. Like, this being on a show that's specifically about no DQ and that being the only thing is like, well, that's kind of fucked up, guys. You kind of scammed us. What the hell?
Yeah. It's an interesting thing that like to add on to the show, I think, because there is a lot of examples of just a match being thrown with a no DQ so they can kind of get away with some stuff. And that's just dude, like about it.
I legitimately believe that Austin and Rock was made no DQ last second just so they could bleed. However, they didn't just do one spot. Like
Yeah.
they went out there, they hit each other with a couple chairs and shit. You know what I mean? To get more into the match, though, the early portion of this match, pretty boring. Like, if I'm totally honest, is basically entirely filled with Sean working over Taker's leg with some really, really unconvincing submission work. I don't know why. At this portion of his career, he decided to just become like a submission guy. I was listening to the Laps fan, and apparently he started doing an ankle lock and a crossface because Angle went to TNA and he wanted to keep the hold alive. Why do you think he started doing the crossface, guys? Any guesses?
Did you want to keep anything else alive, maybe?
He did it because he wanted the crossface to like, he wanted people to see him doing the crossface and not think of Benoit. That's that's the reason he did it. Bananas in my It looked like shit, brother. It looked like shit when he was doing it. It was bad. Anyways, though, my bad. Sorry. Threw me off. Okay, anyways. The struggle, they like really struggled to find a groove in my mind. Like it didn't entail the moonsault. They don't really have like a strong momentum. It's very like, it feels like they're trying to not be 25, but by 25 I mean Mania 25, but they are like still trying to like create an epic, you know? I still think the match is like fun, like on a fundamental level, it's still good, but it's not what everyone says it is, to be very clear. I think it's like 3 3/4, to be totally frank. But with all that said, guys, I cannot help but get very nostalgic for this era of Undertaker. I think it's like kind of the equivalent to how I feel about Justin Rhodes right now, where it's like this fucking old gunslinger going out there, clearly declining, but he's trying his best. He's trying his best to produce something great.
Bro, breathing heavy. Still doing his thing, though.
The funniest thing about every Taker match from this era until he retires is whenever you can tell he is exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
Like like a near fall will happen, and the camera will like cut to him, and he's like, like you get like the noise he makes and everything. But that archetype will get me invested every time, unless your name is Cagematch. I can't explain why, but this era of Taker, I just love. Okay, I love him, but again, the match I don't. I don't really adore it, and I think the no DQ stip for one spot is a bit much. But those are my overall takes. Before we get to you, Novi, Ray says, I'm a massive 26 truther, but I have zero recollection of it being no DQ. That's what I thought. I thought 25 was no DQ. Again, it could have been. I don't know. No, it definitely isn't because it would be on this list. But yeah, I thought no DQ5. I thought 25 was no DQ. Very weird that this one is the no DQ match. It's very weird. Brainbuster says, very clear watching matches that ruined wrestling. MA says, what's up? What's up, brother? Glad you're here. Hell yeah. Novi, I know you like this match a lot. So
that's why I would like Khalid to go next.
Okay, Khalid, go ahead.
Yo, you want me to go?
I want Khalid to go because I know Khalid's got some things to say.
Man, honestly, like, I'm not gonna say I hate the match because I mean, like Brain said, fundamentally, it's a cool little match.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's just, just the mindset that I was in going into this match. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna review a no disqualification match. And when that bell rung, and not even when the bell rung, when they got to the last tombstone, I realized what was going to happen. I said, this has to be a mistake. This must be something. Cagematch needs to fix this right now. Because what the fuck? It has to be like some sick prank. Vince must have made this shit no DQ just so he get the top of the list. This is some bullshit. I refuse to
Vince
believe
McMahon making the match no DQ to get the top of the cage match.
to get the
list.
top of the cage match list just so we can review it. Vince, fuck you, dude. Fucking loser, dog. Oh my god. Anyway, like, I mean, I can tell the leg work was jarring. What are we doing? what's going on?
Yeah.
Here? Retirement match and we're shooting for legs? What are we doing? What the fuck? What?
It is funny. 'Cause, like at the beginning of the match. Oh brother, I'm sorry. I have to interrupt for a second.
Go ahead,
The
go
beginning
ahead.
of this match is so funny because they go face to face, and Sean does the thumb thing, and Taker gets fucking livid. He's angry as fuck, and so he backs up into the corner, and then they ring the bell, and Taker just starts doing his fucking strikes. You know, purest striker in the fucking history of the World Wrestling Federation or whatever. Michael Cole says every time he starts fucking hitting moves. And it's hilarious. He's like, it's like he is dying to fucking get it. It's so fucking funny, dude. He does it every time he does those like striking spots. It's always those noises, and it's fucking hilarious, dude. It's amazing. Sorry, I had to mention that. It fucking killed me.
I mean, right after that, he does the old school, and then that's where the leg stuff even starts to happen.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
He did the old school a minute into the match. Interesting.
The strikes at him on the ropes, dude. Come on.
Yeah. Wow. Oh. Doing signatures a minute into the match, you're killing the business, Taker. You're killing the damn business.
I think
God
you're like kind of underselling the fact that Taker is the best pure striker in the WWE. Come on, man.
Who do
Michael
we
Cole's
think
been
is the
telling you
most
that.
unpure striker in the history of WWE?
Zack Ryder.
Match striker.
Seth
I'm
Rollins.
just saying. Seth Rollins. Hold on.
Not Zack Ryder. This is the first name I thought of. It's Seth. I'm going Seth Rollins.
It could be Seth Rollins. Jey Uso's up there.
Post Yeet Jey Uso, like in
Yeah.
I guess not
bad.
post, but like in the Yeet era.
Yeah.
Yeet era.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeet era.
An actual sentence. Like, that's insane. That's actually great. The Yeet era of a wrestler.
In 2024.
Wow. Oh, in 2024. That's insane. Anyways, man. Commentary, hate it all. Hate every single
Oh my God.
Hate it all. Michael Cole. Sorry. Vince like lined you up. I used to really hate Michael Cole, but then whenever I like really started to understand that most of the stuff that he's saying is probably just Vince in his ear, I was like, damn, like that's kind of fucked. Because it like there was a moment in this match where he's just calling the action or whatever. Like he's doing his thing. And then he called a move or whatever and said in front of 70,000 fans here in fucking wherever they were at. I was like at WrestleMania. I was like, what the fuck? Why would you do that?
The funniest thing, whenever Taker hits the pile driver on the outside, Matt Striker's like, for some reason, like it's not like they're going for a pin or anything. They're on the outside. Matt Striker's like, this is it. Their chance to be immortalized forever. And then the commentary just goes dead.
Just
Nobody
because
says
that's
shit.
bro.
It's so
Vince
funny.
was cussing his ass out in that damn headphone.
What the fuck up?
Pissed.
What would you say that for?
Commentary throughout this match. By the end of it, I wanted to shoot Michael Cole with a gun because
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's so bad. It's crazy to me. Like, this is not to give him any praise, but every time, like, the only good part about commentary here is when Jerry Lawler hits like a scream because it makes me giggle. Like the fact that he's doing, "Ah!" It's like that's the only good part about commentary because I'm like giggling at it.
Is this whenever Jim Ross isn't with the company?
Yes,
Let me check.
probably.
I figured it had to be because why the fuck would he not be on Mania? But good God. Yeah, dude, Ray said it. Nightmare blunt rotation is Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler, and Matt Striker. It is horrid.
The problem is when you say that, you're forgetting the fourth man on commentary, which, as we've mentioned, is fucking Vincent in the ear of these guys yelling at them, dude.
That shit is so fucking.
Say the catchphrase. Say the catchphrase. The dead man.
Just a 2-pack of ass. The moonsault. So like, was it done on purpose that he landed on his leg or like?
I mean, no, probably not.
Mentally, I think I would say yes, like just because it makes sense, but probably
like
not.
it makes sense. It added to the fact that Taker's leg was hurt, but
Yeah.
I don't think you can kind of. I guess you can gauge where you land and like what angle you take, but
Yeah.
probably not.
It's not Tanahashi,
Oh,
so I don't care. He didn't do it on purpose. Got here.
I think no matter where he landed, Taker was going to sell the leg.
Pretty much.
That's probably what the entire point was.
I want to say too about the commentary. Matt Stryker needs to find another Taker move that he likes, because the only one that he really loves is the Hell's Gate. And he constantly talks about it for about 10 minutes until he you got to watch out, because Taker's always got the Hell's Gate in
two
there.
things.
He passed out from it immediately. He said, I was in the Hell's Gate. I
exactly.
5 seconds.
Two things about submission calls from Matt Stryker. The one during the Hell's Gate, he says, you pass out immediately. Well, Shawn Michaels got out of it in like 5 seconds. So like not really immediately at all. Secondly, Michaels has an ankle lock on, and he ends up like turning it into like a knee bar kind of thing. And Matt Stryker says, he's compounding the pressure by hyperextending the knee. What the fuck does that mean? What?
You know, we had a doctor.
Those two things do not like work together. Compounding and hyperextending. Really. Those are not like, you know, I hate to break it to you, but those are two separate like things to do to a leg.
Those are different directions.
Yeah.
He's a terrorist. He's not very good. Anyways, sorry.
Again, like as a match, it's what you said. What'd you say? The 3 something fucking. It's 3
3/4 is one.
Yeah, 3 3/4. I mean, like 3.5. But as a no DQ match, fucking 2.6.
Yeah, As a no DQ match, it's pretty like it's non-existent. But yeah, Novi, you're the high man here. Take it over.
I am the high man on this match. I really quite enjoyed it. The location I decided to watch this is probably a part of that. I was so at my job, I refill boxes for packers who pack the boxes. And at the end of the day, I usually have some free time to just kind of sit and hang out. So it was about that time where I'm sitting and it's been a long day and all this stuff. And so I throw on this match and I watch some of the stuff before it, like the hype packages and stuff. And I watched the famous promo that Michaels does, or the famous, not promo, but it's like a YouTube video, one of the two. I don't know exactly. And so I just got in the mode for it. I was like, I'm here to watch some big match wrestling. And so I throw it on, and they got this big crowd, and just the lighting looks really like it's not just pure bright white lights.
Yeah, bro, it's like the orange.
It's like an orange, warm colors, and Michael's gear looks incredible, and Taker starts firing them damn punches, and he's grunting and shit, and I'm like, I'm fully bought in. And so a lot of like the knee stuff and the submission doesn't really bother me. I'm like, this is kind of sick. I kind of like this quite a bit. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, they're filling the time pretty well, and I'm enjoying myself. Obviously, the dive, the moonsault, I'm sitting there popping. I'm very happy with that.
That happening, Sean doing that falls under old fucker that is clearly declining, doing something out of his mind to like try and, get the match back in his favor. I pop that. It's sick.
Yeah. And I really do appreciate, like, they didn't have the crowd to begin this, I don't think. Like, in my personal thing, it did take them a second. I'm imagining because there was 11 matches on this card.
Yeah.
How Mania kind of goes, like the main events, usually people are kind of tired. So I just appreciated, they kind of gave the people a little bit of a runway to, like, get into it. And by the end, they're, like, almost dying for Sean to win. Like, they want this guy to not retire. And that's... I truly, like, they sold me on the magnitude of that throughout the match. Again, the commentary was pissing me off. But at some point, it kind of just got funny. I don't know, like, when that happened to me, but I was like, every time they just did an obvious catchphrase, I was like, yeah, man, whatever. I know who's saying this. This is like, yeah, I know they're always gonna call him the dead man, and like they're always gonna go, okay, well, this could be the one that Shawn Michaels ends his career on, because this is a retirement match for Shawn Michaels' career versus the undefeated streak of the Undertaker, and they're saying it every single time. So that stuff like eventually kind of popped me because it was so like goofy. So I really enjoyed this, and the near falls at the end like are really quite good. Because they at that point they had the crowd, and so people were pretty like, could this be the one? Could he actually call it a day?
Yeah.
The real big detractors, there's two big detractors here. Obviously, the fact that it's a no DQ match and we're reviewing it for the no DQ show, you do kind of have to factor that in and think, well, there's not really a very good reason for this. Actually, none at all, if you really think about it. They don't even like grab a chair. They don't, use the ring bell, nothing.
Yeah.
They're just having fun out there, doing a regular match, which is fine, but it's a little strange. And then we do get a little bit of cinema to end the day. And
yes, we do.
it works for some people, I'm sure, because it is like, oh, the retirement match, and he's been doing he did his pose, he did his taunt, and like, sure, but it just was really like, it pissed me off a little bit. I'm like, man, just put this fucker down. And I like the pause that he takes, like Taker, because he obviously like, damn, I'm really about to end this guy's career right quick. And he pauses like, damn.
I think they were very much trying to lean into the fact that Shawn ended Rick's career 2 years earlier. And that, like, everything that came with that match, the cinema that came with that match, is like that big kind of like, it wasn't really something that Shawn did until after that match, and then 2 years later he does it again because it's Triple H and Taker in the cell with Shawn as the special ref, and that match is like full blown. That's a full blown cinema match. Like, there's wrestling obviously, but it's like, and there's like story beats, shit, like the entire thing. Like, there was like a really like contrived walk up the ramp with Shawn, Taker, and Triple H, and they're all like, they all throw up their one. Okay. It's a lot.
Yeah, and it was kind of a lot in this match to end it. Like, I understood it, I got it, like, it's fine, but it was a bit much for me. I'm quite high on this match. I thought it was really good for a big room thing. Like, I wouldn't say it's like the best way to do a big room match. In fact, we have one on the show that is very obviously the best way to do it to me. So I'm not going to go that far. But
better than this.
Yeah, undoubtedly. But it was like, it's a good time. I'm probably sitting at like 4.25. It could maybe convince me 4.5, but somewhere around that range.
Fair, although I don't agree at all. Fair. Well, folks, don't leave yet. But that was Cagematch Chronicles No Disqualification. My God, we've done it. We got it done. We will return full time next month. By full time, I mean once a week. The first show of the month will be I pick a match, Khalid picks a match. Our guest, if we have one, picks a match. My God, the Cowboys are leading the Bucks 23-14 at halftime. What the fuck? Okay, sorry. I pick a match, Khalid picks a match. A guest, if we have them, they pick a match, and then I will put a poll on Twitter that has some matches that y'all can pick from, and then we'll go live and we'll just watch them. That's literally it. Second week of the month will be this show, Cagematch Chronicles, which, by the way, after I go through the schedule, we will be picking out what our next topic will be. So, again, stick around for that. Third or fourth week of the month, depending on when the pay-per-view is, one of those weeks will be an AEW pay-per-view preview show, because we still want to incorporate AEW into the show a little bit, at least, a little bit.
Some modern in there.
Yeah. And then the other week that is left blank because of the pay-per-view preview show will be Khalid's Puro Capsule, where we'll be covering whatever Khalid wants to cover. Again, we call it the Puro Time Capsule. Not Puro Capsule. Pure Time Capsule. Because it's probably going to be mainly Puro focused, but there's some other shit that Khalid wants to talk about. We'll talk about it. Apparently, according to Ray, we've hit 100 subscribers.
You've hit 103, actually.
My God. Holy shit.
Pretty beast.
We did it.
You've
We made
arrived.
it. We made it. You made it to the dance, according to Pauline. Anyways, thank you guys for 100 subscribers. That's beast. We'll have to do something. We'll figure it out. Hell yeah. Thank you. Now, I'm doing a stream. Give me a second. Fill that air.
So currently, he is alerting somebody that there's a thing. This is very earned 100 subscribers, Khalid. 103. You guys are 50 videos right now. Hitting 103. Hell yeah. Shout out the Grabs Podcast audience. Now hold on. We have a good idea here in chat.
It takes. What the fuck's going on here, brother?
It takes, brother. You serious?
Whoa.
Hey, they're hating on the idea. I think it's pretty good.
All right.
Now, folks, we will be figuring out what topic we will be covering next. Khalid, do you have the wheel to spin? Also, take match type off of the wheel. You know,
I did.
We don't want to cover 2 topics in a row. Okay.
I got you. Okay. I would like to say,
is there a way to throw it on screen?
There probably is.
I bet you there is.
Lee, can you send me the link to that if you have it? I can probably just present it.
Yeah, because there's a present. I want the people to see this wheel, so we don't think we're lying.
This is intended for me to figure this out. I just didn't do it. My bad. Khalid, can you send me a link to that?
Link to the wheel.
I'll have to open my Twitter.
Well, like the okay, wait, I got you.
I'm hoping if you send the link, it'll just come up.
Like no, I like what I would have to do. I'll send you the link and then I'll send you the files because I have them all saved. I have all the wheels saved.
Sickos.
Look at my queen.
Like
sickos
like Daniel Garcia. The sickos.
All right, brother.
Shout out to sickos and freaks though, for real.
Also, shout out my girlfriend. I love you so much.
And also, yes, shout out Brainbuster's girlfriend, Beast.
Okay. Visit site.
I like getting a throwback, like because I used to play Dead by Daylight. I like getting the throwback to that whenever Danielle tweets about it. It's pretty sick.
She gets very mad at that game.
That game is really fucking annoying.
Yeah, it is. Oh, trust me, dude.
Hook camping.
Dude,
if you're a hook camper, you should get shot, dude.
She is. Every time she's on the game, she'll text me and be like, I fucking hate these killers, dude. They're always so goddamn sweaty. There it is right there. DVD is sweaty. How the fuck did that game get turned into like a fucking sweat fest? Because you know what? Like, you know
it's
what?
Not ranked.
That's what I mean. How the fuck did that happen? And like, I adored Friday the 13th, like the game.
Friday the 13th was so fucking good.
It is fantastic. It's fucking amazing.
Wait, one more time?
Friday the 13th.
Oh, that game is good.
Game. It was good. You can't play it anymore. It sucks. I hate
it. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a fun time when you could play it.
Khalid, this isn't going to work.
I'm going to just have to spin the wheel. I'm going to just have to spin
Okay, here, folks.
Could you present it maybe, Khalid?
Yeah, wait. Is that could that happen? Can
you could do it, I think.
Can you click the present button down there?
Oh, maybe you can't because he's not a he's not logged in.
Yeah.
Oh, you can.
Okay. Do you have any risky bookmarks that are visible?
Well, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does, but he can hide them, right?
No, I don't.
Oh yeah, sure, man.
I'd like to say thank you to Mintax's girlfriend. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
To that guy, it's the best way to describe you, honestly.
I am that guy for sure. You ready to go, Khalid?
Yeah.
Nothing risky on the screen.
Nothing risky.
Hopefully, it's not a porn ad on this.
Well, no, hold on. Click. Add the stuff. Okay, add wrestler back on there, and then
can you pause the ad?
It's fine, whatever, bro. Free advertisements. Wrestler, and then
year. Are we putting year back?
Year, yeah. Add year back. Yeah.
Okay.
And then that's it. There you go.
While we were covering the last match, I did do a promotion wheel. So if we do get promotion, I can do it right now.
Okay.
There's 50 promotions on there.
My pants are also off mid-takes, no worries.
Oh, we're back. Okay, we're back to wrestlers.
We're back on the wrestler.
Sadly, we don't have a wrestler wheel.
That'd be
ready
quite
to spin.
difficult to pull off. To be
Yeah,
fair.
hey guys, there's a lot of wrestlers. I don't know if you know that. So off air, we're gonna figure out. Oh God, no. Oh God, no.
Not the graphic.
Where's it at?
No.
There we go. Speaking of graphic, you know what I completely forgot I had? These.
Shit.
I was gonna ask you about those. I was like, you know what?
It's fine.
Whatever, I'll
It
get
took me like
Throw
it took
the
me like
banner up.
it took me like 5 minutes to make it. It's fine. Okay. Anyways, off stream, we're gonna figure out exactly what wrestler we want to cover. If anything, we'll make a list and then we'll make a wheel off of those wrestlers and then we'll spin it off stream.
We can have a vote, maybe. That would be a cool way to do it.
I did that last time. I don't know why I acted like I. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Actually,
we'll think of 4 wrestlers.
We're gonna figure out 4 wrestlers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post a poll on my Twitter. Y'all can vote for that there. That's how we did Vader last time. Cool. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching, hanging out with us. This is. I didn't think anybody was gonna show up. I'm not gonna lie. We've been off for like a month, so like, thanks for coming to hang out and talking and shit. Appreciate y'all. Thank you to Novi for joining us. Thank you, Khalid, as always, for staying here, hanging out. That would be so innovative and unique, Brainbuster. Why didn't no one think of that? I don't know. Beats me, brother.
Someone probably should have at some point.
Yeah. Anyways. Thank you for watching the Grass Podcast. Thank you for watching Cagematch Chronicles.
Thank you for watching.
Oh, wait, guys. Hey, you guys have any plugs?
Yeah, man. What the hell? I was just going to let it go. But you didn't.
I'm sorry. Novi, plugs?
Well, I have a YouTube channel. YouTube.com/@Noviak. You can go subscribe over there. You can also follow me on Twitter. Twitter.com/itsnoviak. Or just @itsnoviak. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sweet. Beast. I'll be here for the foreseeable future. I'm very excited to do this. I think we had a wonderful stream today, and I hope you guys enjoyed.
Hell yeah. Khalid?
I stream on Twitch at
I will add the
MXX.
link post show.
Thank
in
you.
In the description.
MXX Gmail. I stream games. Right now it's looking a little rocky because actually no, I've been streaming Indiana Jones. The Indiana Jones game is good, by the way. It's actually fucking
I've seen a lot of people saying that it's very good. So
it's fucking good. So yeah, tune into that. Outside of that, that's all.
Are you off Twitter like forever? Right now, are you off?
Oh no, not yet. But
okay,
it's coming.
There will be a time when Khalid's off the grid. So yeah. Anyways, go ahead, Khalid. Or Novi.
It should also be mentioned that we will be doing a stream over on the Late Night Grin on Monday.
Yes.
Behind the paywall, any tier. We'll be doing a watch along or grin along, I should say, of some of the best matches of the year. Me, Caden, Marcus, and Brainbuster have all picked 2 matches each. That might be 2 shows. It might just be 1. Depends on how we're feeling. We're going to go over some of the best ones of the year. On that list, I'm not going to read out the whole thing, but it's Bucks and Sting and Darby from Revolution. We have Danielson, Zack Sabre. We have a Casino Gauntlet in there. We have a sweet Mark Briscoe, Roddy Strong.
True.
Some great matches in there. So make sure to tune in to Late Night Grin on Monday if you want to see.
Hell yeah.
Sort of thing.
All right. Now, thanks for watching the Grass Podcast. Thanks for watching Cagematch Chronicles. We'll be back full time next month, and we will see y'all there. Later.